Good morning, everyone. Oops, hit the wrong camera there. How are you doing? Welcome back to Puka GT. I'm Clark, and I hope you're having a good Tuesday morning. Another rare, maybe not rare in the future, morning stream for us. Jack, see you in the chat, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. So yeah, you see, I was just thinking to myself, I used to spend Tuesday mornings, like I'd have a couple of free hours normally before I'd have to get my daughter from school, and I'd be working on my quali pace. I'd be designing my livery, and I just thought to myself, you know what, I may as well stream it. If I'm playing, I may as well be streaming, even if it is just running quali laps. But all that being said, had a bit more time on it yesterday, so I actually think I'm going to get into some racing this morning. I'm going to spend about 30 minutes just seeing if I can bring myself back up to pace. I'm going to dive into a couple of daily races then, and then I'm going to spend probably a good hour working on my quali pace and just really kind of setting myself up for a good week. So we'll see how we get on. Ants, there you are, buddy. Ants, those liveries you were putting together yesterday, amazing, dude. You've such a talent for that. It's incredible. I, on the other hand, didn't have a lot of time, and I've cobbled together some sort of a Frankenstein's monster that I'll show you here. Ugh. So there's one thing I like about it. I got a nice high quality SVG of as Puka as John Wick that I stuck on the hood of the car, but that's about the only part of it I like. Everything else was just need to make this in 3 minutes. Did it literally 10 minutes before the stream started. What's the cold face, Jack? Is that the shock and horror of my Frankenstein's monster of a livery here? Yeah, I'll give you a proper look. Puka's Viper, Ants, I am definitely going to do that. You know what, I'm going to do that before I even get started. Oh, you like it? Yeah. No, I like this SVG that I managed to get into Gran Turismo. I had a lot of problems getting SVGs from Figma into Gran Turismo because the file size is ridiculously low. It's 15 kilobytes, but I found a good bit of compression software yesterday that allows me to get some pretty nice graphics in now. So yeah, I'll be working on that, I think, during the week, adding a bunch of kind of like custom little cartoony graphics. And I'm actually seriously considering at the moment doing a bit of a rebrand to the Puka typeface and a lot of the branding. A lot to do with, I don't believe the typeface I'm using currently works well for YouTube. It just doesn't stick out in thumbnails. So might take a look at a bit of a redesign project during the week if there's time. More than anything else though, I want to get racing. I'm feeling in a good place after our coaching session on Sunday there, Jack. Oh, you did a decent time. Nice. Yeah, I saw you were very close on me as it was, like with very little time spent, I'm guessing. Did you manage to get under, what is it, 150 yet? I'll come back for your Viper in a second, Ants. Just want to check Jack's time. He's got me intrigued. Nice. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that for me, that's my gold standard. Just trying to get under 150. If I can get under 150, I'll be very, very happy with myself. Yeah, 49. Yeah. Sick time, dude. All right, Ants. Let's see if I can find this thing. Oh, I need to... All right. Did you say I can find it in search? I'll try that. So, oh lads, if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor, I normally wouldn't ask the regulars to do this, but could you hit the like button on this video? Kind of streaming at a more unusual time, and I just want to make sure this video gets pushed out on YouTube, and every like and bit of chat engagement helps, so thanks a lot. So what am I looking for here? Content search, and did you say search for Puka's Viper? Just even try Puka. The search function is a little finicky in this game, but we'll see what we can find. Ooh, I like that. I even just looking at it already. Very cartoony as well. I love it, man. Ants, you're an absolute legend. Thanks so much, man. Tell you, I'll be facing the week in style now. Oh man, that is so cool. Let's take a proper look. Oop. Like the samurai. Ooh, and the Ireland flag and all. Oh man, that is sick. Thank you so much. We have up top there. Ooh, and the samurai. That's class. Just gonna make one small adjustment on the back. I'm gonna put my smiley on Puka GT on the back of it as well. Yes. Oh no. I think it's in such a way that it can't be edited, I'm guessing, right? Create from existing style. Did I just hit the wrong thing? Ah, okay. Not editable. No worries. I love it as is. Anyway, I sometimes like to put my smile you're on Puka GT on the back. I know. Thanks so much, Ants. Love this. Cheers, dude. Yeah. Oh, that's made my morning now. Worried I'd be going out in an ugly livery this morning. Are either of yous racing this morning? Or just taking it easy at home? Okay, so I'll spend roughly about 30 minutes now in time trial. Then I'm going to hop into some races, identify kind of some weak areas pace-wise over the course of a couple of races, and then I'm going to dive back into quali to finish out the session. Just doing some work and we'll get in the quali later. Nice, cool. And Jack, yeah, just having a break, and T, I'm watching you, then gonna jump back to time trial to try get a low 149. Nice one, dude. I wonder if we'll get Wolfie back this week properly competing. I'm very curious, Jack, to see between the two of you who comes out with a top time. You seem really close in terms of pace. Yeah, one thing that I've noticed is during the weeks, I sometimes become a bit dependent on the ghost, where I learn the track, I follow the ghost, and then I go out in the race, and I realize that I'm actually leaning really heavily on the ghost in terms of not necessarily break points, but at least kind of corner entry speed, where I'm able to subconsciously kind of like stick a certain distance behind the ghost as it's going in, but that doesn't always transfer into the race then, and I end up going into a corner too fast or too slow. So it's something I'm going to work on today. So I'll be doing all ghost on the first session, and then I'll get a sense of how much of that transcribes to the race and then what I need to work on when I go back to quali. I've gotten actually quite good at that, Jack, where you just look through it. I know it's a little disorientating at times, particularly when it warps back in mid-sector or as you hit a new sector, but no, I've kind of learned how to work around it. Interestingly, we got the Subaru on top at the moment. The Audi number 2. Okay, so I guess the Viper isn't as much the overwhelming meta as I thought it was going to be. But I had quite a few laps on it yesterday, and I have to say I was really enjoying driving it. I actually haven't really tried the Audi R8 yet. Not sure if I ever have, really. Let's see, what Go settings am I running? I think it's at 0. Oh, it's at 0.1. Okay. I was driving with my brake balance at +3 yesterday, but again, saw Tidgney had it at +5, and in Tidge I trust, so that's what I'll be trying today. And one thing I'll be doing, Jack, based on our coaching session, and it was actually one of the questions you asked that Tom Soft gave us some feedback on. I'm not going to be hitting retry every single time I crash. I'm just going to go straight through. Apparently it's better preparation for the race, even if it does mess up your individual lap. Okay, it was a bit slow. Yeah, he handles really well. Okay. What did you set your time in, Jack? Actually, I didn't see. Oh, you did the... Sorry, I see your message there. You did it with the Subaru. Interesting. Oh, okay, with the Peugeot. It's quite late there. Oh. See, we've a few people watching. Good morning, everyone. Hoping you're having a good Tuesday. Okay, I'm very wide there as well. That's almost a second on the chicane. I took a bit of time here too. I broke quite late last time. Broke the 150. Needs to be tightened up a bit more. Okay, not the 50 here. Get close. Need to get on the throttle way faster there. Of all the corners, that last one is the one with the least clear brake point for me. Okay, lifted maybe a bit more than I needed to there. Oh, sorry, Jack. Yeah, it probably is. I'll turn it up. I'll do that now. It's it was from the coaching session. It's because Tom Soft was quite quiet himself. Thanks for letting me know. Audio input. Try it out around there. Let me know if this sounds better, Jack, and how you can hear me over it. How's that? Yes, he was. Yeah, because I did the audio test before he joined, and everything sounded great. And then, as soon as he joined, a few people in the chat were saying they couldn't hear him. Perfect, the audio, great. Yeah, so it's just a tiny lift I need to do there, not a big one. Yes, Jack, it is. Funnily enough, changed in my lifetime. It was maybe about 20 years ago. We swapped from miles per hour to kilometers. We're such a mix of metric and imperial in Ireland. My wife, being Finnish though, has me full metric at this point. Like, we still would use imperial systems for height and weight. Oh. Do we know why? It was an EU thing. I don't know why England didn't, actually. But I know at least Ireland's rationale was just to try and make our road signs a bit more cohesive with the rest of Europe. I believe that was the reason. I remember it was pretty much the same year that we started using the euro currency. Another thing England didn't do, actually. Maybe that was the trade-off. If you want the money, you need to change your road signs. I could be wrong with that though. A bit of an assumption. I was quite young when they changed over. I was only about maybe 16. It was interesting though, because like a lot of cars obviously were still in miles per hour at the time. But I think they were giving people like stickers to put on their dash so they could see, you know. They essentially had like a false KMH display overlaid on top of their speedometer. Oh, getting penalties for that. Okay. Yeah, I remember it was a confusing year. It was like the converters for our cars, for our money, for I still remember how weird that was, where you go into a shop and you give somebody your old currency and we get handed euro back. Oh, Jack, do you know how to save your replays and share them? Because if you said anything faster today, I'd really like to take a look at what you're doing. So let's see. Could have easily gotten out of a speeding ticket. Yeah, sure. Exit out of the first corner in second helped me a lot. Yeah, I'll give that a try, Ants. I've gone back and forth on that a few times. But yeah, I definitely do need to go up to second a little sooner, alright? Yeah, I can imagine, Jack. Even if you get sub 150 again, or if you have any of your previous replays, I'd love to see them. Drinking coffee. First coffee of the day. Nothing quite like it. Yeah, definitely hurt the rotation a tiny bit there. Like a fair bit, half a second down. I'm going to need to work on that. I'll give it a try for a few laps though. See how I get on in second gear. Yeah, if you do have that lap, Jack, let me know. That would be great. You can take a look at it here on the stream. Okay, that's where I'm obviously spinning out. But that corner there is definitely where I am missing the time between my best lap today and my record time. And then this one here. Where are people braking on this one? Even Tigney didn't give a very clear thing. It was like, as you see the 50 board coming up in the distance. First tea of the day for you. I quit smoking, when was it? Geez, a long time ago now, about 10 years ago. A couple of mini relapses in between, but pretty much off them for 10 years. Absolutely replaced it with caffeine. Dog's dinner, that one there. Alright, let's try this again. He does ants, yeah, it's what I always follow. Just for that corner, he's unusually unspecific about a braking point. Ah, spun it. Okay. Yeah, I'll need to get used to that in a second. What I had been doing was shifting down to first and just coasting with about as much speed as I can, and even giving the throttle a little nudge kind of in between the two corners, turning, straightening up, and then hammering on first. And I wasn't actually spinning out doing that, funnily enough. You just shared the 49. You know what, now is as good a time as ever to jump out, so I'm going to take a look at that now, Jack. You're in first out of turn 1 as well, yeah. You are in a different car though. You're in the Viper as well, Ants, aren't you? Just gentle throttle, yeah. Thanks for tuning in so early, guys. I wasn't expecting to see any of the regulars here, so really appreciate it. So how will I find this showcase? Yeah. Or no, this is never the way to do it. So the search function is just too finicky. The best way is to actually find your profile. Where are you, Cole? Oh, there you are. Here we go. This is the 149.7. Sometime, dude. Add that to the collection so that way I can even look at the data log as well. You also spin out more in second than first. In that case, why would you go to second? Puka! Never tried this car. See that again. That looked class. Yeah, that's very similar to what I did on my best lap. Yeah, in terms of what you were doing with the throttle, at least. Okay, yeah. Wow, you're really hard down on the throttle there and keeping it in. That's nice, man. I would say that probably made like half a second's difference in our laps alone. So look, you're full on the throttle there. That's nuts. So I think of mine, I was maybe at about 50-60% tiny lift then going over the sausage curb. But yeah, then you're back on 100 before your wheels have even left. Very interesting. Okay, and you're very quick on the throttle there as well. I've been using the cement there beside you before I went back on it again. Quite late in the brake there. Great rotation. And again, yeah, just I don't think the Viper can handle that way actually. You're just getting crazy good rotation and stability while being full on the throttle. Okay. Okay, and you're braking on the cement walkway there, are you? Relatively similar to what I did, I think. That's what I tried to do anyway, just a small lift on the second, and then I reckon I have a lot of time to find here as well. Where are you braking? Okay, pretty much same point as me, somewhere in between the 100 and the 50. Turning in nice and tight. Such an incredible lap, dude. Nice one. Thanks again for sharing. I wonder if I actually saved mine. I hope I did. Luke, how you doing, man? Hello, mate, guys. Just checking a quick hello at work. Struggling with my hand. Oh, sorry to hear, dude. Did you get it looked at again? I assume you got it confirmed that it was properly broken, right? This car's really fast and stable. It looks it. It looks insanely stable. Yeah, and yeah. All right, let's sit. I'm just curious to take a look at my own best lap now and just do a quick comparison. My guess is the second chicane is probably where the biggest difference was. We can open the data logger as well to be sure of it. See, we've quite a few people watching. Thanks for tuning in so early, everyone. Really appreciate it. Don't do these morning streams a lot. Buy it, Puka. I might give it a try. We're still early enough in the week. So let's see. So as you can see there, yeah, gentle throttle in between, off, and then back on again. So similar enough method for the first chicane anyway, similar enough line too. Now, I'd say we're quite different here. Okay, so you were already full on the throttle at this point, and as you can see, I'm barely at 5% there. And then I did a complete lift there. So yeah, I'd say you probably gained half a second on that chicane alone, Jack, if I was to guess. Okay, got it nice and tight, good. Yeah, I was definitely later on the throttle than you were there. Earlier on the brake too. Good bit later on the throttle there. I was about halfway around the curve, whereas you were pretty much at the start of that curve. So you slowed down a good bit more initially going into the second chicane. Okay. Okay. So my braking points. Relatively big lift compared to yourself. Yeah, it was a good one. I put in 300 kilometers on this yesterday trying to get that lap. It was one of my last laps I set this. I was getting around 151 consistently enough, but then I just had this fluke of a lap. It was like I think that was my first time getting under 151 as well. It was just one of those ones where everything just comes together for you. Let's take a look at the data logger quickly as well. I'm gonna buy that Peugeot as well. Yeah, I guess so, Jack. Did you? I didn't notice. Sorry, where's France gone on me? There it is. I love the look of this car. It's slick looking. Get in the white. I hope this car doesn't work for me because I want to use Ance's livery. Livery. Keep saying livery instead of livery. No, I won't change to it now. Just want to have it on hand. As I think I can still get faster in the Viper. I think I have a lot left to learn. Note to self, change this in the settings so I don't have to do it every time. I do like a car where you can smash the throttle. That's why I like the Citroen so much. So we'll say this one. I have a feeling the Viper is a lot faster in the straight, looking at them both, but we'll see. It's only a bit 2, 300s, 400s, 500s. Okay. So it's about 500s on that first straight coming into the braking point. Okay, so I'm braking maybe about 10 meters earlier than you there. Okay, you got a lot on the chicane on me. Like you got quarter of a second because I was 500s up ahead of you there. It's funny, it wasn't as apparent to me when I was watching it. But then it slips away a bit. I'm not sure if that's the Viper's straight line speed or to do with exit speed. It's hard to know. Probably more to do with the Viper's straight line speed. So we brake relatively similar. I'm maybe about 2 meters before you there. Look at this. So we're at 0.093. Yeah, it's funny. Like you were, from what I saw of that, I thought you'd be further up. I thought that would be a much bigger difference. Like it's interesting. Like the Viper, it is just that much faster with needing less throttle wise. So I'm wondering where you got all this time then. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I remember you were a lot earlier. Let's take a look at the throttle trace here. Okay, so I'm off the throttle sooner and you're on it a good bit faster. So look, yeah, that's put you up. So look, I'm actually gaining on you at this point. We're at 2/10, and then by the time we've reached the other side of that corner, it's almost half a second. So you're a ton faster than me on that corner. I had a feeling watching you, I saw how quick you were on the throttle compared to me. But again, let's see if the Viper chips away at that. Because like given that you should have so much more exit speed than me here. And you don't. So it seems the majority of the difference happens in Sector 3. Or at least just before going into Sector 3 anyway. I don't know, Jack. I think instead of me swapping to the Peugeot, I think you should swap to the Viper. I think you'll go a lot faster in it. Because I'm looking at this here, and everything that I'm seeing is you're driving much better than I am, and you should be further ahead than you are. Like, if it wasn't for the Viper's straight line speed, you would have totally lost me on a lot of those exits, like, completely and utterly. Yeah, see how you get on with the Subaru. Okay, with that, I'm gonna dive back in again. Geez, where is the time going? I don't feel nearly ready for the daily races yet. At the very least, I'm gonna want about 10 more laps. I want to be getting under 151 again before I dive back into any racing. Also want to finish my coffee. And let's get the ghost back in. You know what, I'll look for Tidney's ghost, because it's what I was following yesterday. Even though it's not the fastest, if I can even get within spitting distance of him, like, that will be life goal achieved. I think the closest I've ever got to him is about a second and a half, so it's good enough for me, even if it's not top 10 anymore. Ants agree, Jack is going to smash a time with the Viper. Yeah, like, it's... You definitely can't be as aggressive on the throttle, but just knowing you, I think you'll still be faster with it. Hey everyone in the chat, see we got 10 people watching. Thanks so much for joining this early. Really appreciate it. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, I'm a relatively new channel. I'll be 3 months old this week, I think. It's been growing quite quick. Been mostly doing evening streams until now. Last week did my first afternoon one, and I'm doing 2 afternoon streams this week on top of the 3 regular ones. So if you enjoy what you're seeing, please hit that like button or hit the subscribe button at this early stage. All of your support really helps. Definitely lost a good bit of time in the chicane there. Ooh, broke way too late there. going to start using the... I think part of this is to do with my reflexes, actually. I'm trying to brake at the side path past the 150 board, but it's I'm still going too deep, and even though I know it's where everyone else is braking, I think it's just I'm a little slow to actually hit the brake. So I might actually just start using the 150 board and see if that makes a difference for me. I like a scurry. Okay, this corner I haven't quite fully figured out yet either. Still getting a lot of understeer. Oh, too late, too late, too late, too late. Just lost of focus there. Dodge, how you doing, buddy? I'm doing good this morning. Really, I haven't had a race yet, but enjoying Monza so far. It's a track that I really like, going back to the F1 game, so this is my first time actually trying to get competitive with it now in Gran Turismo. But yeah, it's still, it's an advantage just knowing the layout of the track going in, definitely. Like most weeks I find myself, because I'm still new enough to the game that I'm learning the layouts of the track at this stage of the week still, normally. Wish I could drive with shoes like you. My feet are done after a session. Yeah, I have to say, I was really surprised with all of the people wearing socks sim racing. Yeah, I would have assumed it hurt. Like, it's such a funny thing. They wear gloves for their hands but not shoes on their feet. Like, are your feet not wrecked? Like, if you're struggling, Ants, I know some people who have your problem where they hate shoes but their feet are getting sore. They use pool slippers or whatever they're called, like water shoes. They're almost like just like a rubber layer you wear around your foot. They sell them on Amazon quite cheap. They're meant to be quite good. I've seen a lot of people on Reddit talking about them. I've never understood that though. Like, you drive your actual car with shoes. Like, I don't understand why it's not comfortable for people to do with their sim rig. Unless, like, I don't know, our road car users driving in their socks and I've just never known. It's not like I can see their feet when they're on the road. Who knows? That would be the biggest mind-blown thing for me ever if I was to find out that the majority of road car users were in their socks as well. Let's get tighter there. Lifted more there than I should have. Dodge, you go barefoot in the summer. Well, like, what pedals are you using? Like, are you on the CSL ones? Like, they're hard metal, like, practically. Sorry, Ansel, just read yours there. I've tried to wear shoes an even thick sock, but I lose my feel in the braking and throttle. Interesting. Like, yeah. Thought I was faster on the chicane there. Was overall, but yeah, no, I am. Just saw I was dipping into the red there for a minute. Brake at the 150 here now. Again, just feels a bit too early. It did allow me to go harder on the throttle sooner though, so that's good. Yeah, gain time from that. Getting tight. Definitely got time to find on a Ascari here because I lifted too hard last time. Ooh, no, it's too aggressive. Ah, it's a shame. Would have been a strong enough lap if I tied these last two corners together, potentially under 151. What I'm looking for to start the day. Yeah, I'm getting a ton of understeer there. I'm not sure. I really need to work on that final corner. No, way too aggressive. I'm only meant to do like about a 50% dab. I was up at 100 there. You really do need to sacrifice speed there if you want a fast exit. It's a shame. Just it always feels so slow. I get overexcited and tempted when I see myself kind of like catching up on the ghost a bit. Lap here, so I'll catch up with yourself, Jack. Yeah, Ants, I hear what you're saying, man. I struggle with that. Just socks is what I use. Feet do get sore though. Do you really feel it makes that much of a difference to your, as you said, your feel? You feel it makes a difference to your feel? How do you feel about that? Decent effort on the chicane. Oh, pushed too hard. Oh, and a penalty. And understeer. I'm getting lots of understeer today. And my brake balance is at 0. That's early morning cobwebs for you now. You just noticed I have trainers on? Yeah, I do. Adidas kicks, man. Yeah, Jack, you lose a lot of accuracy with shoes. I make bulky braking and throttle movements when with shoes. Oh my god, this is so much easier. It was maybe about 2 months ago, I was really struggling qualifying for Group C, and it was my first week in Group C. And it was only after 2 hours I realised I was on intermediate tyres. Because I'm so used to daily race B, I wasn't even looking out for what tyre type I was on. Or was complaining about understeer. Ooh, that extra rotation, I missed you. Did a bit too much there again. I just broke a bit too late there. Well, I never would have guessed wearing shoes while driving was so uncommon. I would have guessed it was maybe a half and half thing, but yeah, come to think of it, every streamer I've seen, they're in socks. Good. Small lift. Second part of this. Good. I should have a lot of time to get in this final corner here. Brake on time, don't understeer. Okay, under 151 by 2,000. That's good. lot slower there. I don't know what I did different that time compared to last time. I'm just lacking consistency on the chicane. Okay, short shift it, you think? Oh, in turn one. Okay. Oh, too aggressive, too aggressive. So, answer you saying you think the reason that there was 2/10 in the difference on the last lap compared to the best lap, it's because I over-revved it then? It's probably a penalty. Let's see. You think so? Okay, yeah, worth trying, alright. Do a short shift to second on exit. Oh, and I got a penalty as well. I thought I was in bounds there. The reason I ended up spinning out is I got excited because I felt myself going fast, very clean with the carrying a bit of speed. So I was like, oh, this could be it. This could be a good lap. So I really tried pushing. I wonder if that sort of a push in a short shift would actually benefit me there. Sorry, Ants, another one. On my shoes, I can't trail brake as smooth because the shoes sometimes is just too grippy. I actually like it when I can slide my foot up and down on the brake. What, like that? Are you on a load cell break, Ant? Actually, I suppose now is as good a time as any to see when the next race is. He's gone completely cold. Ten, 2 minutes. Okay, yeah, I'll dive in. Jack's gone a bit quiet. I'm guessing he's working on his lap time. Oh, just drank half my coffee cold. Too distracted. Oh yeah, no, no judgment. I was just wondering what you would meant by that method of sliding your foot. It's like for a load cell, you really almost like need to get your weight behind your foot before you press on it. I could never imagine using a load cell barefoot. The amount of pressure I need to put on it, like. Rather step on a pile of Lego bricks. Okay. Third. Not gonna lie, a little worried about this race. Just the amount of chicanes. I imagine it is going to be a very issue-filled or incident-filled race. I'm just gonna be careful and try not to ruin anybody else's. Thanks, Dodge.
Like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe.
Thanks again, guys. It's so nice that they still have time to fly in here and sing that for me, even with the F1 season starting next weekend. Or this weekend, I mean. Cheers, Jack. I remember Wolfie was saying to me at the start of the week he didn't even want to set a quali time, he just wanted to work from the back this week, fearing this first chicane, and I don't blame him. I'm quite worried about this. Quite worried about what I will do and what I will have done to me. Such a sick livery, Ants. Thanks again, man. Right, here we go. Oh, it's 6 laps. I didn't notice that. Long enough race. That's good. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, there's me ruining somebody's race already. I just see a bunch of cars going sideways there. And there is a huge gap to 6th place. I wonder if I caused a chain reaction there. I am so sorry, everyone. Did anybody see that on the track map? I'm looking forward to seeing the replay of that carnage after this race. Holy shit, the car is handling different. Oh, what is going on? Am I just forgetting to do things? I'm distracted. I swear I'd never driven before. Yeah, I was just really distracted there. I wasn't hitting the brake where I needed to. Sometimes takes me almost a while to mentally wake up into races. This normally happens to me kind of offline during the week. It's because I'm having my first races of the week online. Dirty tires as well, Dodge. Yeah, definitely a bit of that too. But no, ultimately that was just me being distracted and looking at the map and reading the chat and not paying proper attention. Nope. Yeah, it's long enough I'll race this. I'll be happy enough if I just get through the rest of it without incident, to be honest. Never expect much from my first race. This is more just about identifying where I'm weak on the course before I go back to time trial a bit later. I'll do about 2 or 3 races now anyway and see how I get on. Ooh, place for free there. I think somebody warped back onto the track. Did we gain 2 places? I thought I was in 11th. Must have. You don't like the Viper, Jack? How come? Oh, that's a penalty. It's too ambitious there. Jeez. Faster than the Porsche. just not as nice as the Peugeot, especially racing it. It's just not handling, just not for me handling wise. Yeah, no, fair enough. I find it quite tricky myself personally, alright. Oh, he's gone. He got elbowed out of the way there. That corner in particular, I really need to work on. I don't have a braking point for it. I'm guessing every time. Time there. Or not. Surely you got a penalty for that though. He didn't. Guess you can go wide there. Need to be a little careful of this guy. I didn't see what happened between himself and the Porsche, but it looked like there was a fair bit of back and forth contact between them, so I'm not sure who the aggressor was. He's a bit conservative there on that curve, just trying to avoid a penalty. Come on, let's try to get a top 8 out of this though. Right, I'm faster than him there by a good bit. I've seen him take that corner clunkily a few times now. Yeah, I'm losing him on that one. It's such an important one to get right with this big straight. Fast to Ascari anyway. Yeah, we're pulling very far ahead from 10, but he's pulling ahead of me here quite a bit. Catching the guy ahead too, actually. We might both catch him by the looks of it. Okay, top 8 may still be on the cards. Catch the fast dad. I'm a fast dad myself. Most people I've seen at this race seem to have a clunky line through there, the second chicane. Oh no, 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 I was pushing. Ah, so much for the top 8. Why do I bother? Very poignant username to read after what just happened. Okay, fairly rough. Fairly rough, but to be expected first race of the week, to be honest. That guy, Mello, was quite fast. I don't know where he came into it. I think he might have been somebody who spun out. We passed and then he kind of caught up to us again. Because it seemed like, aside from the mistakes, I was typically catching the other people up the pack. Just need to give an apology to everyone there. Trying to write it a few times. Save the replay. Okay. I reckon that was one of the bigger bits of carnage that ever happened. I didn't get to see what happened because it seemed to be everyone behind me who it happened to. But I looked at the map at one point and there was a big gap between myself in 5th and everyone else in 6th, and most of the cars were facing the wrong way on the map. So I'm guessing there was a huge pile up in the chicane there in lap 1. Jack, you did 50.2 just now, but can just tell may get quicker. Quality lap maybe, but not race time. Unlucky, but seemed like they're all pretty clean. Yeah, it was like overall it was a nice race. Just poor performance from myself, really. I need to delete a couple of replays because I noticed I was running out of space the other day. I didn't realize you could run out of space with these, but you can. It's causing the game to crash on me. Sorry, those are photos. Didn't tell me it was full or out of space. It was just every time I went to save a replay last week, the game crashed on me. Okay, that should do. Oh, let us see what happens. So yeah, I may have caused some issues here, so I feel pretty bad about it. Hope I didn't cause the big one. Let's see what happened. So what happened was I just misjudged Cammy ahead of me and then needed to pull into his right to avoid crashing into him, but then ended up just skidding past him, wrecking his lap. I saw him spin out then. If you're watching this, Carmi, I'm very sorry, dude. So yeah, I realized I was going to go into the back of him, so I pulled to the right here, but then oh no, it wasn't Carmi, it was somebody else. Okay, let's see what happened further down the grid here. So I believe it's okay, so it looks like the big pileup was nothing to do with me then. Big pileup. Look at the track map. Why is the gap so big? I think I need to go back further to see what happened. Like, why are they? Did they start that far back? What is going on? Yeah. Wait. Why was he stopped dead? Is this like one of those things where somebody forces a grid start? I don't know how this happens. I think it's actually something someone's doing. There's Mello there. That's so weird. I don't know how people do that or why it happens. But I've seen it on a couple of tracks where somebody who's further up the grid almost forces a grid start somehow. Okay, jump back into another race. Hopefully this goes a little better. Let's try Jag, that's a no-go. Okay. Less mistakes, more careful on the first chicane. Okay. Yeah, we're fairly far up the grid as it is. Oh, not you, Johnny. Mello, nice to see you again. Streaming live now on Oldham Gamehead, how you doing, buddy? It's been a while. How are you getting on? Yes, Ants. That is something I did not account for last time. I really noticed the weight. Everyone, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. We are so close to 160 subscribers. It's been just sitting there at 159 all day, laughing in my face. I saw Oldham Gamehead, you set the odd time in Gran Turismo, but I haven't seen you around too much. Have you gotten any races in the last week or two? Swing and a miss. Oh, sorry, dude. Contact from behind. Somebody nudged into the back of me, which sent me into the back of dude there. Not my fault, I promise you. Okay. Jesus. Everybody's with their elbows out this morning. It's a bit frustrating. Why do I bother behind us again? It's a shame. See, the big thing is I'm missing out on race experience here because I'm away from the pack. I'm not really going to be learning much in this race now. Just take it as almost like a quali practice more than anything. Kind of defeats the purpose of why I've been joining the races. But we got Mello. Slowed way down, must have had an incident. He was relatively fast the last race, so probably won't be able to catch up with him. Yeah, that was fairly spicy that first lap. There was at least 3 bits of contact that I counted. Not even counting the first chicane. Let's see what I can do with some clean air here. Okay. I guess a lot of people are having incidents. I just want to be racing inside a pack of cars for a while. Just to learn a bit about what to expect driver behavior wise. Penalty. This is becoming a recovery drive out of nowhere. I usually find most daily races, most weeks, if I ever have to go into reverse, I'm not going to see another car again. I'm guessing this course is just so tight in places and incident filled, it gives you a chance to catch up. Oh, way too deep. Too tight. But the third corner was just right. Conservative there, to be honest. Oh, served the penalty. Okay, I'm gonna try to catch these guys ahead. So from what I've seen, my best chance of catching people is this chicane here. Just I noticed a lot of cars going a bit wide on it. Oh, don't give me a penalty though. Really catching them, but there's a bit of traffic ahead, so that might give me an opportunity to catch up a little, but thought I'd have gained a bit more ground by this point. I'm racing maybe a little too carefully. Yeah, like if anything I'm losing time on most corners than gaining. Kind of floating around 2.7 seconds for a whole lap now. We're in a bit of a slipstream train by the looks of it. I saw a German lad ahead of us, not even going to begin to try to pronounce his name, has a penalty. Not sure for how much though. With the car off the track. Who knows? Stop 1 second. Still plenty of race to go as well. Closing the gap a little bit. Holy heck. Did not expect to find myself back in the top 8 this race. Here we are in 7th. Do anything silly. Thank you. A bit of a skid there. Should give me a bit of breathing space, hopefully. Definitely got way more straight line speed than him as well, which is nice. Yeah, I'm liking the Viper overall. Nice. That's probably the best recovery drive I ever had. Went down to 15th and climbed back up to 7th. Unfortunately, not a lot of pack racing. Like, a lot of the positions gained were mostly from people spinning out, penalties, incidents. But I have to say that felt pretty sweet going past 3 cars on the one straight there. Third was just right. Sorry. Oh, let's see. Remember the car is heavier. Not bad, mate. Yeah, good to hear from you. You haven't got much time, Oldham Gamehead. No worries. Sorry, just before people leave the chat here, I just want to shoot out a message. Now, what happened with Dude wasn't my fault, but either way, he has no way of knowing that, so I'm just going to say I'm sorry. And hopefully, Dude, if you tune in and if you see this replay, you'll know what happened. And let's see, what else do we have in the chat? Jack, haha, third was just right. Ants F1 finally starting this weekend. Can't wait. Me too. Like, I'll be waking up crack of dawn to watch them in Australia. I'm really excited for it. Thanks, Ants. Dodge, nice comeback. Gotta pop out. I'll try to get back before your stream ends. Good luck. Thanks, Dodge. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Really appreciate it. Jack, let's go Hamilton. Nice job. Yeah, I have to say, like, I've only followed F1 for 2 years, but I've followed it religiously in that time, and the entire time I was vying for Lando Norris to get the win. The first race I ever watched was his first victory in Miami near the start of the season before last, and yeah, I always liked him. I'd watched Drive to Survive. It was what originally got me into it. I liked his personality. I don't know where all the hatred was coming from, and I was thrilled to see him win it last year. That being said, this year, I would love to see Hamilton take an 8th title. I'd love, it's looking impossible given Aston Martin's preseason, but I would love to see Alonso win one more before he retires. I'd love to see one of the new rookies from last year take a title suddenly. Like Hadjar, Antonelli, Behrman, like I love them all really. I think Charles Leclerc is due a World Driver Championship. I really think Russell is due one as well. He was like hero of the season last year as far as I was concerned, stepping up into that leadership role in Merc without his contract being decided. Like, it's such a funny thing for me with F1. I like them all so much and care about them all so much. Like I like deep down I am McLaren first and foremost, I am Norris first and foremost, but like I am genuinely happy to see most of them do well at any given point. You followed since you're a wee nipper. Remember Hamilton debut season, man? He was a machine like nothing else you've seen from a rookie. I had a small stint following it in the late 90s, in the Schumacher kind of Ferrari era. But I was a kid back then. I was only about 10 years old, 11, 12 watching it. I didn't really know what I was watching. It was just the odd race here and then as opposed to following it every season. So yeah, that didn't work out for me. But yeah, let's look at how I was wronged. Just, dude, if you ever happen to see this, proof that I wasn't the one who took you out here. Bump, domino effect. Yeah, there's a few spicy bits of contact here now. So was that, like I gave him space. That was actually the guy I beat for 7th place in the end. I think he came in 8th behind me. And this dude here, so that was the incident there. Clumsy driving, really. This is one of my favorite moments ever playing this game. 3 overtakes on a single straight. So, penalty served. I thought John, to be fair. don't care how it happens, it's just, it feels beautiful to be just flying down the straight and see 3 cars disappear into your rear view. I will take it. That's just ridiculous. You mean the incident? Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit of a pisser, not gonna lie. Yay, we finally hit 160 subs. Thanks everyone. Really appreciate it. Calls for a barbershop quartet victory celebration.
Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe.
Thanks, guys. Okay. Ooh, I better hurry. Hard. Hard. Phew. Skin in my teeth. So this will be my last race, but I'm going to be on for another hour, and I'm just going to be purely focused on improving quality time and track consistency. I have a rough idea now from racing against other people what my actual weak corners are, whatever about quali pace, just whichever. I know which ones I'm performing the worst on, so need to get to A so we can get into same races again. Working on it, Jack. I'm working on it. It'll be a while though. I'm barely surviving B at the moment, to be honest. You know, this is the longest I've ever even spent in B rank. Every other time I've just gotten quickly demoted, like almost immediately. But had my first win at B rank there on Saturday or Sunday, whenever it was, so starting to feel a bit more like I belong in this rank, but I am definitely finding it a bit more tough. And I'm still very bottom of the barrel here in B rank, like about 4 or 5 bad results and I'll be out. And from what I've seen, it takes double the amount of driver rating to progress from B to A. Like even if you are racing well, it still takes a while. Okay, here we go. And we're through clean. You know, if you were to ever tell me that I'd enjoy a course of 3 chicanes, I'd tell you you were mad, but I do really love Monza. It's just all the straights really do it for me. That is the corner I need to work on the most. We got lucky there because El Benito went into the back of us. But I'm fiercely slow in that corner compared to everyone else. That's why it's good to have these races early in the week, so you can use some of my quali time to work on specific corners now. Yeah, we're not going to be holding off El Bandito for a whole lot longer. Let you through. This is part of what the coach Tomsoft was telling us on our Sunday coaching session. Somebody is a good second or so faster than you, let them through. For one, no point battling, but also I get to kind of take a look at him now and see a bit about what he's doing through some of these corners. Particularly these ones here where I'm weak. Jack is probably spitting out his tea on the TV right now. You're a lot more competitive than I am, Jack. Don't let him through! How are you feeling, Jack? Are you feeling a bit better? Okay. Obviously not too fast on that corner either. The level he's after coming. Talking by at least half a second on that corner alone. No. So your man about to go into my back there. I can see messages coming in. I'll catch up once I'm done in the race, sure. Nice, get to stay in his slip a bit now. Which allows me to pull away from number 5 a bit. I think I'm lifting a bit too high there. More than I was in quali. Because yeah, NF Aircraft 4 has pulled ahead of me a good bit there. Yeah, much slower race for me. I was getting into the low 153s in the last one. Let's pick it up a little bit. Probably being a little overly conscious of picking up penalties. That's why I'm not putting in as much on the chicane there. Jeez, he really pulled away there. I think there might have been an incident behind us because all of a sudden it's 3.5 seconds to position 5. Okay, better lap. 153s again. He's going to that one a bit wider. That one a bit tighter. He's so much faster through Ascari than us. Getting about half a second each lap. I'm doing it a little different than in quali, but I didn't think by that much. I'm just being a little bit more conservative to avoid kind of spinning out. Doing the typical thing of giving it, you know, 80% push in the race. Like, that was a good lap for me. Like, I think that's the fastest race lap I've had all day, and look how much further ahead NF Aircraft has pulled ahead of me. It's funny, at first I thought we were more similarly paced, but no, not even close. It's like we've maintained a fairly healthy gap to 5th place the entire time. They've maybe caught us by half a second over the course of 3 or 4 laps, but I wouldn't look into that too much. Ooh. Some errors there this lap. Nice. Very, very happy with to be getting that kind of result up at B rank this early in a week. So I obviously don't nearly have race leading pace, but I've got competitive pace. When I was at the back of the grid, I was catching people even some of them without incident, and I'm maintaining healthy gaps to the drivers behind me, so yeah, for the first time ever, I feel like I actually belong in B rank, which is a very nice feeling. This is a great start to the week. Now, if I can build on my consistency and tidy up my laps a bit. Where's it? El Bentito. Congratulations. Well done. So sorry for anyone watching. It probably wasn't the most interesting race. It was in space for the majority of it. But yeah, nice clean race. Let's see. We had quite a few messages come back in while I was gone there. Oh geez, the chat was busy. The chat was very busy. So let's see. Rob Davenport, Weapon X26. As I live and breathe, how are you, sir? How's the house move going? The virtual bureaucracy is real. What are you talking about now, sir? Luke got sent home. So I'm working. So got sent home from work. How's it going? Oh, yeah, I guess your hand was at you, Luke. Hope you're okay, dude. More trail into second Lismo. Yep. Yeah, no, there's plenty I wasn't doing in that race that I probably should have been. Struggling with this race A. Are you in race A or race B? You're at the moment, but we'll get back there. Oh, and we've somebody new in the chat. Semi-Pro Sim. Hi, Puka GT. Thanks for joining the chat, dude. Nice to see you. And Jack, yeah, glad to hear you're all healed up, man. Yeah, ill for a while. 222. So Luke and Jack, who were at our coaching session on Sunday, Luke has been around the track a little bit last night, but didn't go the way he thought it would. Ant's consistency looking good. Cheers, dude. Luke, consistency looking real good. Thanks. Yeah, no, I'm liking Monza. I have to say, I'm liking Monza. As I was saying, I'm going into this track with a little bit of an advantage that I don't have most weeks, where I know the course layout really well already from the F1 games. It was my favorite track in the F1 games. So obviously it handles different in Gran Turismo, but there's a lot you can still carry forward in terms of knowing where your corners are and your braking points are. Okay, so I am just going to take a quick 5-minute break now, leave you with some annoying Puka-esque trailers, and then I'm going to hit quali for about an hour and see if I can improve on my quali time.
Puka GT, bleeding through the cars, running up the street. Puka GT, for who fury that you just can't beat. He's dodging the palm and he's hitting the gas. He's the golden crack and the head of the class. Puka GT, Puka! 銀河の彼方より機械の軍勢が攻め来るメジャーの手話劇この星の運命は俺の走行が未来を切り開くぜ響けプーカ GT 魂のクラッシュスピードの先へ銀河の信者なのだ Go 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 プーカ GT プーカ GT GT, bleeding through the cars, running up the street. Puka GT, for who fury that you just can't beat. He's dodging the palm and he's hitting the gas. He's the golden crack and the head of the class. Puka GT, Puka! 銀河の彼方より機械の軍勢が攻め来るメジャーの手話劇この星の運命は俺の走行が未来を切り開くぜ響けプーカ GT 魂のクラッシュスピードの先へ銀河の信者なのだ Go 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 プーカ GT プーカ GT GT, bleeding through the cars, running up the street. Puka GT, for who fury that you just.
Okay, it's done. It's done. I'm back. Didn't mean to drive you mental. Tell me, if one of those was a real show, the sitcom or the anime, which would you watch? And jeez, these ads are gonna rattle my dreams again. Rob in the chat. So virtual bureaucracy at its best. I was complaining about the difficulties between B and A. Oh, driver rank. Sorry, yeah. Thought you meant daily race A and B. Sorry, it took me a second to catch what you meant there. Okay. So, how do I want to approach this? I'm going to spend an hour now in quali. And a good bit of this is going to be quite focused, so I might not be quite as active in the chat for a little bit. But I'm just wondering how to get started here. I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an analysis of one of the top laps just to get a better sense of what they're doing different for me. So that means just going into one of their replays now. This is actually something I normally do with a document open, and I fill in all sorts of things about braking points, turn-in points, things like that. And I probably will do that at some point today, but I won't bore you with it live on stream. But I'll see how far I can get just actually watching it myself. I know this track a good bit better, as I was saying, than I would other tracks most weeks, so I probably don't need to be as detailed with notes, but just as an exercise, I like to do it every week. Yeah, it's and so I was basing it on what like a cheesy 90s sitcom would be. 2 dates to the prom type job. Braking points I'm happy enough with here. Let's just see. Yeah, same thing again. Now where are they going to second? This is the big thing I want to check. Okay, so I think Tijni was doing the same thing actually, and it's just something I forgot about. They're actually swapping to second as soon as their wheels land on that other bumper. They're not immediate on 100, but they are going to second. Okay, that's something I need to incorporate. They're holding it very tight there. I would save them a few hundreds. Now, again, happy enough with my braking point here. When I aim for the orange bit, I sometimes end up going too deep. So it seems to be between the 150 board and the orange end of the fence is working out okay for me. Okay. Yep. Now, gear and acceleration is what I'm looking at here more than anything. Okay. Okay, so they like steady, but almost immediately go up to 100% throttle. I'm guessing they lift almost down to 0. Interesting. Okay. I think I'd been doing 50, 70, 50, but they're 110. And what looks like 100 as they're coming off the curb. Okay, a little more conservative. So do you see that? They come off the curb and they go to 80 for a moment and then to 100. Let's just look at that corner again. Rob wants to watch the GOAT sitcom. When watching it, you think of Talladega Nights, and then I want to watch that movie again. Yeah, I love that movie. I put that on maybe about 2 months ago after having not seen it in 10 years. Just thinking, I'll just watch like the first few minutes because they're quite funny. I watched the whole thing and couldn't stop laughing. Like, it's the hardest I've laughed in years, I'd say. I really don't think you'd be able to make that movie today. Like, There's so much like politically incorrect kind of hilarious moments in it that like great and funny to see, but I just know Hollywood would be a bit more yeah about it today. And this is where he wears his horses that are also gay. Okay, back to this. I am the world champion of Formula. I had completely forgotten Sacha Baron Cohen was in it. Okay, so look at this. So yeah, he brings it to there for a moment, and he's only really on about 100 by the time he hits the other curbs. Hey Rob, how's the house move going? Did you get the flooring in yet? Okay, where's he braking here? 50. He's braking very late there. The ABS light is on, so he has actually started braking already. Okay, so he's following the tires in the road. What's his acceleration marker there? I actually find like the actual rubber on the track normally serves as a fairly good racing line in a lot of corners. So you'll see he's just following the rubber around this. It's maybe a little tighter. And I think he's accelerating as soon as he can see that orange end of the barrier. Parker Lewis can't lose, but with the goat. Yeah, so I think it's as soon as that orange barrier comes into view, he's just smashing 100% on the throttle. Okay, ABS light is on there, so yeah, again, it just looks like halfway between the 100 board and the 50. I don't think there's any right or wrong to it. 100% and a bit of a trail. Third, it shifts up to fourth on the curb. Where's he accelerating? Okay. Okay. So right before he hits the curb, starts to go on the throttle. And is pretty much on 100% by the time he comes off with the upshift to fourth. Up to fourth there, almost immediately. That's very different. I don't know, I don't think I'll find a huge amount of time doing that. He did drop to third, right? He used the tree shadow for braking there. Oh, okay, let me just take a quick look. It's the first tree shadow. Yeah, that's actually a good point, yeah. I hate using shadows because then when they're not there. Yeah, for the sake of quality, I'll probably do the same. We just dropped to third here, right? Yeah, and then fourth as soon as he makes contact with that first curb. That's right. This one, I think I have a lot of time to gain here. So if he's not braking at the 100, for me, I have the most success when I do. Okay, so for him, is it that brake in the stands he's using? Can you see it that well? Could be that lamppost there on the right. Sorry, let me just go back 10 seconds here so I can see it getting closer. Just using third for the rotation. Yeah, I thought, given how much he had dropped his revs, I thought staying in third, because the car's stable enough in third, I thought you'd be okay just leaving it there, or you'd be faster in it. Okay. Okay, so he's not using that lamppost either. No ABS light yet. Guesswork after the 100 by the looks of it. Okay. And again, following the rubber. Keeping it very tight up to fourth almost immediately. Where's he accelerating there actually? Really early. Way earlier than I was doing it. Again, following the tire tracks. Okay, so in review, things that I want to incorporate. So on the first chicane, follow it pretty much as I've been doing it, but shift into second as soon as my tires hit the second shoulder. So I'll be shifting into second here. Heavy down on the throttle as I do. With this one, shifting up onto fourth as we go over the middle shoulder. Or is it third? Third. Shifting up to third as we go over that. And trying to get to 100 for a moment before we hit the other curb. This one following the tire tracks, something I haven't done yet, and accelerating as soon as we see the orange barrier, upshifting to fourth. This one braking at the shadow, following the tire tracks and accelerating before our tires touch the curb. I might try this. I'll try it every second time, see how I feel about it, but shift down to third, up to fourth as soon as we hit the first curb. As we accelerate, so the rest of it's the same. For the final one, brake just after the 100. Follow the tire tracks around, keeping it tight in third. Now where will we accelerate though? Past that Marshall box, he sees that lamppost coming up. Okay, so from his own view, kind of as that lamppost goes between the mirror and the track, past that Marshall box, seems to be where to do it. Just going straight into 100 and up shifting to fourth. All right, let's give it a try. So I'll do one or two kind of slower go arounds, just trying to remember each of those new things that I have to incorporate, and then I'll try just build up speed as I go. And that was Rune, or yeah, she. So that's whose ghost I'll follow as well. Okay, if I can get under 150 this week into the 149s, I'll be thrilled. And particularly if I can get consistently under 151. Like I suppose overall that's the main aim. Can I consistently get under 151? Because like my quali time is already competitive enough for the level I'm racing at. But I imagine, you know, as the week goes on, people will improve. Okay, so we're just going to do a relatively slow go around here. So I'm going to brake just as the 100 board disappears. following these tire tracks past this marshal box, accelerating there as that lamppost goes in between the mirror and the map. Okay, again, just going slow around here. Just need to call out all the new things I'm incorporating. So braking at the same point in between the white line and the 150. So here, down into first. Okay, I need to go onto that orange curb, coast around here, up to second, and then very firmly on the throttle. There'll be a small nudge of the throttle in between the two curbs as well, just to keep the pace up. Okay, and then on this corner, so I'm going down to second, I'm going up to third as I go over, up to 100, off a little bit, back to 100. And here at the 50, following the tire tracks around, keeping it relatively tight, accelerating sooner than that though. Braking at the shadow, down to third, fourth, and onto the throttle fully before I even go over the curb. All the changes, this is the one I'm still on the fence about incorporating. So brake down to third, coast fourth, hammer on, lift a tiny bit, accelerate fully. Depending on the speed I carry through there, I might not even need to lift if I'm in fourth, we'll see. Now here, braking right after the 100, leaves my screen. Down to third again, marshal box, lamppost, fourth. Again, need to be tighter though. Okay, let's do a fresh lap. Just using third for rotation. Really hard when you have a good time already like you have. One has to look in real detail to get faster. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Every week I always improve as the week goes on. I hope this is no exception. Oh, that sent me quite wide. I need to be tighter on the curb when I do that. Okay. I'm too wide. Yeah, way too wide. I need to turn later. Still too wide though. Interesting. Might need to slow it down more. The handy thing about the final corner, it's one you can practice ad nauseum like this. And it's an important one to get right on this track, given the big straight it leads into. Yeah, I just don't have enough for it. The car isn't turned around enough yet. Okay, well, I was on the curb there, obviously. Okay, look, I can't overfixate in this one. I'm just gonna have to power through. Will help to see the ghost as I go around as well. Went a fraction later there than I thought I was meant to, but worked out alright. Oh, too greedy on the throttle there. If there's one upgrade I'd love for my pedals, it would be something to increase the pressure required on the throttle. Feels a little bit on-off for me at times. Oh, I like the shift to third there. That's the stability a lot. Yeah, the upshifts feel nice. Just means I can go to 100% on the throttle way sooner. Too early up the second there. I'm going to wait until I go onto the second curb. Track penalty. No, okay, so I still have to lift there even in fourth. Just thought with the track penalty, now was the time to try it. Thanks, Luke. I hope your hand feels better soon, bud. So rough. I was sending you the photos last time I broke my hand the same way. I have had 3 boxers breaks now, and they are the biggest pain in the ass. Just even opening a pack of crisps is a pain in the hole. Feel an improvement coming. Yeah, me too. Although, not while I'm reading the chat. I need to focus a bit. But yeah, I'm finding time. I'm definitely finding time on a few of the corners I was struggling with the upshifts now. There, that corner feels so much nicer overall. Just need to hit it right. I'm curious to hear in the chat, is this what you tend to do to improve your times every week? Are you kind of in the analysis side like me, looking for improvement, or do you just brute force it, just keep doing laps until you improve? I think there's a lot to be said for both approaches, to be honest. You're driving awful now, Jack? Yeah, it happens, man. That was me Sunday during our coaching session. Do you know what it was? I was overtired on Sunday. I'd had a really long day and was half falling asleep at the wheel. If I was streaming on my own that night, I probably would have called it quits an hour before we did. I just saw you guys were really enjoying the session and wanted to keep it going. Just going to focus now for a minute or two. Botched that corner, unfortunately. It's a shame. I was feeling good about that one until that corner. Let's keep going though. Good momentum. Okay, still a bit to figure out, but that was a good first effort. Don't know what the limit is there. Yeah, gained 2/10 in that corner this time. Slower through there. Interesting. I thought it was too wide in that one last time. Ah, too much. Sorry, what are people saying? Jack, just do laps, no races. Okay, yeah. Luke, last week I just kept on doing laps with the Ghost closer to my time. Yeah. And Ants, you're a bit more like myself. An unnecessary deep dive into telemetry. Oh, Jack, your oil was worn. Could be your why. Yeah, maybe. I still don't know if worn oil actually makes a difference or not. I've heard competing opinions on it. Might do though. little slower on the chicane compared to my best effort. Need to be careful here. Yeah, just went too wide then that time, trying to be safe. Now going wide and everything. I think I'm struggling a bit with the width of this car. I've noticed I keep dipping my tires into the grass as I'm approaching a lot of the corners. Seems like there's a lot of time to be found in that last corner as well. Too aggressive. Yeah, it costs you. Surprises there. Yeah, I'm driving worse now. Need to focus. Still time to be found there. Start of this lap. Oof. And more than a tenth going into the chicane. Let's go up to second. Didn't go up to second there, but I was faster. By a lot. a second and a half to find. Okay. Big difference there was I gave way less throttle in between the two curbs. I just messed up the angle on that. It's a shame. I stopped the car much better that time than I have other times, but because of that I entered the corner much slower than I was expecting. What are we doing on time? I'll give this another 20 minutes. Okay, sorry, let's just see. Oh, it was one. Ants, you changed the graph where the brake balance is now to the sector splits, and at the bottom it shows you the optimal time. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Jack, off now. Got a lot of housework to get through, bro. Have a good one, everyone. Thanks, Jack. Thanks so much again for tuning in, dude. I'll catch up with you soon. So let's see. Assume you mean this one here? That is like the only thing I think you could mean. What is the optimal time, actually? Like optimal based on what, I wonder? Let me know if you know, Lance. Like based on your racing line? Sorry. Yes, I like it. Shows me what I can do if I am perfect. If you are not perfect, you mean, right? Oh, sorry, I know what you mean. Shows what you can do if you have a perfect run through. Okay. Well, I wonder, is it, oh, so it's blank now, so it's just based on all your previous lap times. Okay. Yeah, because interesting, the optimal was slower than my record. But I probably didn't give too good an account of myself over those laps there. Just all the spin outs and crashes. Okay. Still getting started. Brake balance is where I need it to be. Just yeah, I'm not finding a good balance with going over those curves in terms of what's legal and what's not. I'm getting caught by surprise a lot of the time when I am getting those penalties. Like, I thought that was actually fine. And so basically it takes all of your best sectors of the session. Ah, okay, that's cool. Also remember to check your oil, engine and body. Yeah, actually, you are probably right. Let's do that. I meant to check it when Jack said it earlier. My oil is probably worn at this point after 300 kilometers today. If anyone in the chat can confirm for me 100% that makes a difference though, please do. Ooh, not customization, what am I doing? Okay, was that normal? Can't hurt to change though. I can afford it. Just want to change the default settings over to hard so I'm not swapping it each time I hop back in. Alright, I have about time for 10 laps now. So let's see what I can do with that. It definitely has a placebo effect on me too, because I do watch it. Okay, I'm going to be a little head down now for the moment, just while I try and bang out these laps and improve. Now, it's funny, I'm not necessarily expecting to improve here, but what I am expecting is to leave, come back a little later, and have everything that I've worked on today sink in, and at which case I think I'll probably end up improving today. I might even do a little impromptu streaming session tonight, just quali only. Like I'm probably going to be working at it myself, so may as well stream it. If anyone is interested in tuning in for it, I probably won't know until last second though, so there won't be a big announcement or a link shared ahead of time. I'll just go live whenever I'm on. So hopefully I might see you around while I'm doing that later. Be later tonight, probably 9 PM Irish time, if I'm doing it at all. So I have to say, if there's one thing I'm really enjoying about these morning streams compared to the nighttime ones, it's that I'm awake. Like, I feel myself quite tired going into a lot of the streams at night. Racing at the end if I stream tonight. Maybe, yeah, we'll see. I'll be doing a full night of racing tomorrow night though. What I'm looking to do by having more streams is just try get to a point that pretty much every time I have the game open I'm streaming, because there's a lot that's happening offline at the moment that I feel is probably worth sharing, because I imagine a lot of people are curious about building up quality pace and seeing kind of the messier streams as well, like where, you know, the races aren't going as well, like it's all part of it, you know. And I also think it's good practice for me, because I've personally noticed when I don't have the distraction of the lights and the cameras in the stream, I race a little differently, definitely a little better, a little more focused. So it's important for my own practice to get used to racing and qualifying under the conditions that I want to be best at, aka while I'm streaming. Easy enough to beat base lap, so Yeah, definitely, Ants. I'll have some private lobby races tomorrow night. I love them too. It's definitely a penalty. Well, it wasn't even that strong a lap. It was under 151. A couple of big mistakes to improve on. Too aggressive again. Let's be getting excited. Well, I'm not in a good lap. Let's catch up. I'm definitely doing sub 150 this week. I feel it. I think I will. Thanks for the vote of confidence. you see how much time there is to be gained just even on that? And that wasn't even too good an effort either. We'll stick on what we have though. Set a good pace lap. And keep it on the board. Yeah, that's just it. Just trying to stitch it all together. It's my first week racing in the Dodge Viper as well. I have to say I really like it though. It's not as squirrely as I was expecting. Sorry about this. Okay. Stick with it though. There's something definitely wrong that I'm doing going into that final chicane that I need to work on. The other car seems to be braking maybe a little harder and turning a little earlier. Hey F1M Plays, how you doing, man? Just doing some quali laps here to finish out the day. Or the stream, I mean. Day is still young. Okay, and I'm up on my best time there. Another penalty. Okay, worked too hard there. Yeah, I'm braking too late. We have a lot of time to find in this straight. Okay, 5 more laps, then I need to go get my daughter from school. Lost a lot of time in that corner there. Okay, brake a bit earlier. Got way too early. Narrowly escaped the penalty there. Just don't know the limits there. Hopefully I'll get to serve it this lap. Just a bit too hard there. Still time to be found here. That's gonna hurt my next lap. I just shifted down to second, and I shouldn't have. Ooh, I'm up a lot. So if I compare this now with a good run at the straight at the end, that might be under 150. Keep it cool though. Down there, damn. Felt okay, but must have been 2 tenths down between those two corners. Get started at the second chicane. Lost the rear. Okay, I know where I'm finding time there. It wasn't quite as good as last time, but it's just cutting that first corner a bit more aggressively. I've been avoiding it because I had been getting penalties, but it's given me quite a bit of time when I get it right. So I shan't be skipping it. Oh, I was onto a good thing there. Okay. Now, if I can get this corner right, pairing together with what I've learned those last 2 laps, I think I'm under 150. Try brake a bit longer in the last corner, okay. Went up to second way too early there. Okay, let's just start it again. I don't need the delta anymore. I've only really got time for one more lap. Aggressively enough there. So great. I just realized I'm not really coasting on any of these corners. Probably should be. Too deep. Slower. I didn't cut the curb last time. Like, faster, but I would have thought I gained a lot more than that. Tried a little coast there. Okay, number 151 again. Time found. Alright, if it lets me serve this here, I'll give it one more lap, then I need to call it. Yeah, that's just it. They'll be getting closer to the time more regularly. Means progress has definitely been made. Okay. One more. Just one more. Seriously though. I can feel that I'm in striking distance. It could happen now, but most likely be later. Sorry. Throat's a bit stuffed up. That's all she wrote. Not leaving on a 153. Ain't happening. I shall forgo my lunch. Last one, I swear, I swear.
Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe.
That was battle music designed to encourage me. Lost about 3/10 there. Just didn't get over that first curve properly. Oh, this is a bad final effort. That was decent though. I think keeping it in third there is working better for me, you know. Too deep. That's my point. Okay, I do have to call it there, unfortunately. Everyone, thanks. We got some new subscribers today, which is always great to see. And thanks so much for all of you for tuning in at this early hour. And I was not expecting the chat to be as busy. So thanks, lads, for joining in again. It was great to see you and chat to you again. But unfortunately, I need to run in a bit of a hurry here because I have to get some lunch into me quickly and then I have to go collect my daughter. But I might be back in tomorrow night, maybe about 9 PM Irish time, for an impromptu session, just purely to work on qualifying again. But if not, I will be back tomorrow night, 8 PM GMT, for some daily race B. So everyone, I'm Clark. Thanks for watching. This is Puka GT. I hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.